The Lighthouse Group is a full-service agency of over 30 locations and 350 team members, providing innovative solutions in 5 diversified areas of insurance. Originating in Holland over 20 years ago, Lighthouse is proud to be a supporter of Tulip Time Festival and can be found online at lighthousegroup.net.
We're right here on 8th and Central, right across from Peach Wave Glicks, First National Bank, and Francesca's.
Which is the new kid in town,
Yes.
First National, now taking over.
And welcome to them. Yep, we appreciate that. Well, here comes Holland's finest.
The Holland Department of Public Safety Honor Guard.
The kids love this.
But the head of the actual honor guard are 4 of Holland's finest in the motorcycles. And we have now our 6th balloon going on.
Somebody obviously is handing out balloons to kids.
Kids and balloons.
And whatever candy. I saw Aldi's down there handing out kids, candy to kids and stuff like that. So there's a lot of our businesses that are involved in just helping out and entertaining and welcoming people down here. And I think that's one of the reasons Holland is one of the destinations that people want to either retire to, visit, or live.
Besides the 4 motorcycle officers, a couple of officers are on the Segways, doing their best Paul block.
When I grow up, I want one of those, Gary.
Well,
when I grow up, I want one of those Segways.
The Segways are good for the Tulip Time Festival. Being able to get from where we are.
Well, it could get you down to the radio station from here. Right. You wouldn't even have to walk 2 blocks.
That's right. But then again, considering my girth, I do need the exercise. But
well, the Kinderparade is officially underway.
Not only is a couple from the Holland Department of Public Safety, but a couple of machines from the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department.
I saw the state police. They're going to be represented here today also. Their vehicles are right around our corner to the left, right here on Central.
Oops, I take that back. It's not Ottawa County's sheriff. It's our friends from Muskegon County. Sorry, I had to let the cat out of the bag. But the Honor Guard, that very much front and center. They will be front and center on Memorial Day for the Memorial Day services that we'll bring to you on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Now, I noticed who's missing today, and that's Sergeant Dan Kinder, but he'll probably be here on Saturday.
Yanfeng Global Automotive Interior Systems.
Thank you for sponsoring today.
They are next up, the global leader in automotive interiors. Yafai is redefining how people relax, work, and play in their vehicle interiors today and decades for now. And they are having some of their staffers in the Barber Ford nice blue Mustang convertible.
Thank you, ladies.
Next up, our first band, and leading the way is the Black and Silver, the Black Hole of West Ottawa High School. And we say that with a very nice way of saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Their student section called the Black Hole, the Oakland Raiders band. Mike Heyman and Jay Gainforth are the directors, and drum majors is Petra Brunas. I apologize if I butcher names. Rylan McCoy and Zachary Shoemaker, color guard captains Alyssa Lacey and C.C. Castillo. The West Ottawa High Marching Panthers.
And hopefully we'll have a little music.
Is the Grand Marshal, the Future Prep Leadership Team. A group of extraordinary students participated in the Future Prep program offered through the Ottawa Area Intermediate School District this past summer. Tulip Time has collaborated with Future Prep on 3 summer projects, and they're riding a classic fire truck from the Urbana Fire Department.
I suppose when you grew up, you wanted to be a fireman or something too, like all kids? No?
I knew better. My dad was a cop for 26 years. I knew better. Next up, the Highland Community Aquatic Center provides a variety of swimming instruction, athletic competition, family recreation, and aquatic wellness opportunities to the community of Highland and the greater West Michigan area. Yes, they're showing the thank you for your support signs. Why not? The operating millage passed on Tuesday.
I am a member, and I'm proud to be there. Jack Eisen, the director down there, does an outstanding job with his staff. Nancy running the show in the office. Nice group of people down there.
A group of the world-famous Dutch dancers of Holland, Michigan. Not only the senior dancers, but the kinder dancers and the middle dancers. All not dancing right now. They've already done their routines.
This is new for these kids. So thank you very much for coming out and joining us. Being a part of Tulip Time 2018.
They perform more than 50 times during the festival.
That means their parents are there too. So thank you, Mom and Dad.
For nearly 90 years, millions of people have gathered to participate in Holland's
Here comes
Tulip
Harry.
Festival. Drawing more than 500,000 people annually, Tulip Time offers an unique experience of art.
Roger Weinsma. Unbelievable. Film at 11.
Tradition.
Hi, Harry.
With millions of tulips blooming throughout the city and hundreds of clopping dancers, Tulip Time has been heralded as the nation's best flower festival.
Thank you to all of our people that are driving the vehicles that are donated by a lot of our local realtors here, I should say car dealers. Elhart, R.E. Barber Ford, I want to thank you again for donating the vehicles that are in the parade today.
Next up, Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, bringing sweet smiles to Tulip Time. And we welcome our friends from Menchie's Frozen Yogurt.
Here comes a sweet little sled. By 1940 Ford.
Everyone's favorite fairy tale characters come to life in Ever After West Michigan. Lita, the Tulip Princess's first appearance in Tulip Time.
Here comes our first band.
The Grand Haven Lakeshore Middle School Band under the direction of Brian Ambrose and Ian Novoselic. Next up, it's the Kids Food Basket, serving approximately 800 students at 5 elementary schools with a nutritious evening meal so they can be at their best both in school and in life.
That's something that's been relatively new, isn't it, Gary? I mean,
yes.
Helping out like that, that's right. We all appreciate that.
2 Highland schools currently on the waiting list. Together, they can help Kids Food Basket grow to reach more children in the community. Kids Food Basket.
Well, thank you very much for what you do here in our community. So many groups.
The Lindy Lou is next. A recreation of a Truscott River Launch. River launches such as the Lindy Lou used to ply the Black River from 1890 to 1930, carrying guests up the river to resorts and parks. And the Lindy Lou now runs as an exhibit at the Michigan Maritime Museum down in South Haven, making 5 trips a day, and it represents Cottage Home, helping over 100 families fulfill their aspirations of owning a retreat on and around Lake Michigan. We now have the Holland Christian 6th grade band under the direction of Matt Veenstra. Grade band comprised of students from Rose Park and Pine Ridge Christian schools. Next up, the Holland Christian Southside Dutch Art. Elementary students studying the artistic techniques of the Dutch masters.
And again, we'll see a lot of Dutch type things here, noting our provenances, types of foods, and all that kind of stuff. So our listeners, we'll try to bring that along to you as you listen along with us.
The youngsters with sunflowers.
Yep.
Walking across.
And we're getting a wave down here, Gary. You can wave. That's okay. You can go ahead. Those kids like you.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, they do. They're
I look
crazy.
mean. I got that mean beard. But they're twirling the windmills as well.
All these things, either they made or their parents made, or they made them in their classroom. And again, here we got all the Dutch artists: Rembrandt, Van Dessel, Van Dyke, Van Gogh.
The Highland Christian Southside Dutch Art. Next up, Ditto Upscale, a nonprofit that endows 2 Christian school systems, Holland and Zeeland, for offering to defray the cost of tuition funding offered to every student. Ditto Upscale.
Here comes the fire truck. The kids love the siren. This is the old-fashioned siren, Gary. You're too young to appreciate these types of vehicles.
You're right. And number 6 balloon has gone up. Ditto Upscale. Float. It looks as if it was a greenhouse used in the Netherlands, along with the culture to use bikes for transportation.
And thank you to all the people that volunteered down at Ditto, helping out. There's always people there that are helping out, taking up your used items down here, getting them back in. Howdy, how you doing?
Rose Park Christian School.
Gotta love these guys.
Dutch food.
Yep.
The Northside campus of Highland Christian School has grown over the years from preschool through 6th grade learning. 325 students.
Now I got to tell the folks that
Christian Rose Park.
I just had something that I haven't had in a long time. My mother used to make it. I made it when my wife was in Africa. Soup bray, and some of you will know what that is. Buttermilk pop. Had that the other week. Very good. Oh, we're getting a wave over here. Hi, guys. Welcome. Oh, we got some cows down here. We got some pigs down here.
Now, yesterday we needed to take a break, and at that time, Scott Vandenberg's Holland Christian High School band marched by. We will not do such a mistake.
We will not do
today.
it. That's exactly right. Now, again, the 3 bands down here in the Holland area, Holland Christian, West Ottawa, and Zeeland, or excuse me, Holland Christian, West Ottawa, they'll rotate in the parades. So we had West Ottawa today. We had Holland yesterday, so we will see Holland Christian leading off the parade of bands on Saturday. That'll be the first local band coming through.
Holland Christian High School has a long and proud tradition of excellence, whether it be in the concert setting or along the Tulip Time parade route. The HCHS concert bands have consistently received top ratings at Michigan School Band and Orchestra Association festivals. They've traveled and performed in Detroit, Chicago, Florida, and Disney World, and at Carnegie Hall. It's the Holland Christian High School Band heading to our broadcast location. Nick, let's listen to their music. Next up, Highland Christian Pine Ridge School, Flower Fantasy, an authentic flower cart filled with potted tulips. Very decorative display, not only of the flower pot, but of the flags that the youngsters in traditional Dutch costume are wearing.
Mr. Howell, the principal over there, marching up front. All these beautiful colors down here, and all of these kids, of course, dressed in Tulip Time outfits. So somebody had to put that all together for them, and we thank all of you who have participated in that, especially you parents, for making this possible here today.
Marching with Pine Ridge, a group of 15 homeschoolers called HC Squared. Some with little artist palettes. The float of Holland Christian Schools is next. Holland Christian Schools, a vibrant multi-campus preschool through 12th grade community, united by a common mission to equip minds and nurture hearts to transform the world for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, educating 1,600 students across 5 campuses in Holland. Holland Christian Schools.
All these kids getting a chance sitting on the float to watch all the people along the sides wave back at them.
Next up, Highland Christian Middle School under the band under the direction of Scott Veenstra and Scott Vandenberg. And the majorette squad, instructed by Tracy Wimpy of Encore Twirling. And let's hear them in action here. Imagination Station is next, a nonprofit NAEYC accredited child care center in Zeeland, striving to provide world-class child care for children from 6 weeks through school age. Imagination Station.
That's a big concern for young couples that are both working, and having good child care is a big thing, and having your kids in the right place is very important to parents. Thank you.
The Holland Rescue Mission is next, serving the Holland community for over a century, serving homeless men, women, and children in the 2 shelters. The Gateway Center includes a state-licensed vocational training school, operates a 9-month addiction recovery and vocational training program, as well as a 27,000 square foot thrift store. And Holland Rescue Mission.
Daryl Bartlett. There's Aaron. Got to love him today. He's actually riding today. He's not walking.
Maybe it's a wise thing.
Well, it's always good to get a ride if you can catch a ride down here with the kids in the back. And thank you again for the Holland Rescue Mission.
You are listening to coverage of the Anfang Johnson Controls Kinderparade on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM. Let's keep it right here there as we have next up Bowerman Blueberries Farm Market. Been in business since 54. Selling fresh blueberries, strawberries, and garden vegetables.
How about donuts? Have you ever had their donuts?
Yeah.
Get down to Farmer's Market. They're killer.
Bowerman Blueberries in the blue flow.
Won't be long, it'll be the donuts. Yeah. All these guys.
With that, we are going to take a break. Ed Verskier standing by, our producer, back in our studios. Let's get an update on the forecast and traffic conditions. This is the Yanfeng Johnson Controls Kinderparade on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
And yes, we are back at the studio, and traffic right now easing up a little bit. We are in the green as far as the outer areas surrounding Holland right now, which means we have moderate traffic. And in the yellow, that is our moderate traffic. Also, free-flowing is the green. And a few little red areas, some of the exits there off of, once Lakewood Boulevard, they are kind of backed up right now. And, of course, when the parade is over, too, a lot of traffic will be outflowing here out of the city of Holland. So be very, very careful, because streets will be very, very crowded. Watch out for pedestrians, too, because a lot of people will walk to the parade route, and they will be out walking along the street and on the sidewalks.
Tulip Time Festival coverage on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM is presented in part by Glenda's Lakewood Flowers for any occasion.
Here's the forecast, Tulip Time Festival forecast from WHTC.com. Rest of today, sunshine, temperatures topping off in the low 60s. We have some high cloudiness around this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight and a low of 42. It's going to be very cold. Temperature is going to rise too much tomorrow. Rain and a high of 47. Saturday, scattered storms, high of 62. And Mother's Day, morning showers and a high of 68. At this hour in Zeeland, we have 63 degrees. We've gone down a little bit as some of those high clouds move in. And also in Holland right now, we're at 64 degrees. A little breezy, winds from the northwest at 13 miles an hour. Follow the 2018 Tulip Time Festival on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Remember the days when we used to get newspapers delivered to our homes or offices? They were filled with a bunch of ads and lots of old news. Last week, there was something in a neighbor's driveway that resembled a newspaper. In fact, they were scattered all over the place, discarded and untouched until garbage day. Yesterday's news in today's world. And today, along with the decline of newspapers, less people are watching TV and cable, and they're charging more for their ads. But while the newspaper goes unread and TV declines, the reach of radio remains consistent and strong. Radio is America's #1 reach medium. 93% of America listens to the radio, and they listen more than 13 hours a week. Radio provides a better return on your advertising investment, more than double that of television. And radio is a great companion to digital advertising. Midwest Communications can give you the reach and frequency you need to make a difference with radio, digital, social, mobile, video, and more. Call Brent at 616-392-3121 and put the power of today's radio to work for you. 616-392-3121.
So you're checking out the latest news on the internet, and there's a pop-up. Go to another page, another pop-up. And now they're asking for your credit card number just to read their content. What? Let's get it straight. WHTC.com. You don't need a login. You can see all of our news, features, weather, community events, and info for free. And those pop-ups? Well, forget about them. We don't have them. Just the facts and the fun without the frustration. WHTC.com.
Keeping you informed throughout Holland's signature event, the 89th Annual Tulip Time Festival. This is 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Well, while we were gone, we missed Brent Allen, and we want to say thank you to our sister station 92.7. We have Highland High School being represented here as a superintendent, Mr.
Dr. Brian Davis.
Yeah, he's here. There's Kevin Durr. Yeah. Kevin's got his crew out here. He's got his group of kids out there at Heights, and this is Dutch Mother Goose.
From Highland Heights School, Mother Goose Goes Dutch. You'll see that some of the more familiar nursery rhymes have been creatively adapted from the storybook words to parade route action.
We've got 3 blind mice. We've got Little Miss Muffet.
No. Little Van Muffet.
Teacher in a shoe.
Yep.
And taking a look here, the
Butcher maker,
and the candlestick maker. Cool. Been a while since I said that.
Not the wooden shoemaker.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's Highland Heights Dutch Mother Goose.
Now, this is a new venue here for Holland. It's the Language Academy. So we're seeing more language being introduced at some of the lower levels, Spanish immersion programs and that type of thing. And that might be what we're looking at here. We've got Spanish, Dutch, and English all together in language. So kids are getting 3 different languages. That is really cool. Reminds me of the time I was in the Netherlands. I came in, there was a 26-year-old lady at the money exchange. 26, she knew 6 languages fluently. I felt very tiny.
Yes, very small. The Holland Language Academy, serving grades K through 7, located in the former Vanderbilt School, offering Spanish immersion instruction in a unique design and setting. Maybe I should have used that. I could have learned Spanish much better.
I'm working on it.
I'm half Hispanic, can't speak a word of it, though, unfortunately. Welcome.
All the different vegetables in different languages, in Spanish, in Dutch. Got a little bit in...
And, of course, a cat.
Spanish, yeah, okay.
Gotta have the cat in there. Next up, Holland Public East. Dutch connections to the world. Students are carrying pinwheels from Holland Public Schools East, representing Michigan's beloved windmill de Zwaan, meaning the swan in Dutch. The windmill is a gift to our city from the Netherlands. Nick, 50-some years ago now?
53.
53 years ago.
I love watching these kids because they're watching people, and then all of a sudden they bump into the people in front of them.
Third graders are celebrating favorite flower, the
They're
tulip.
just enjoying it.
And the fifth graders from East, dressed in lab coats and carrying telescopes and honoring the work of Dutch inventor Hans Lippershey, who invented the telescope.
And we've got Dutch Delft being represented here. Kids holding placards.
One thing about the Kinderparade especially, we are going to get some breaks in the activities. Spring
flowers down here. We got cheeses down here, inventor of the telescope.
Very nice.
And we got cheese heads. This isn't...
No, no Packer-backers
No, we're not going to do football here.
No Packer-backers around here. Ed Verskier, what I wanted to do right now, let's take a 60-second break, and then we have the Holland High School Marching Dutchman on the way on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Tulip Time Festival coverage on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM is presented in part by Phil Nykamp of 5-Star Real Estate Lakeshore.
The game doesn't stop.
Neither should you.
Wherever you go, the game goes too using the enabled FM chip in your phone and the Next Radio app.
The Next Radio app brings real FM radio to your phone.
Just plug in your headphones and listen to the Next Radio app, and you'll save major data and battery life compared to streaming apps. And there are no blackouts, so you never miss the games you love played on your local FM radio station. Download the Next Radio app to enhance your radio listening experience. And keep going. With no blackouts and restrictions, the game follows you. Your favorite team, host, and commentator go with you.
The best thing is, it's all totally free. No subscriptions, no fees. Get off the sidelines and download the Next Radio app today, free.
Next Radio, live and local, wherever you go.
You're listening to where Holland goes to follow the Tulip Time Festival. Real News Now, 1450 WHTC, and the new 99.7 FM.
Back live at Central and 8th Street. Nick Weaver along with Gary Stevens and all of our sponsors bringing you the Kinderparade 2018. We want to again say thank you to the Lighthouse Title Group, Compound Door, Russ's Restaurants, Medici,
Neapolitan Pizza.
Gotta love it.
And of course we are in the Medici Neapolitan Pizza broadcast booth.
Broadcast booth, correct. Phil Nykamp, 5-Star Real Estate, Washington Square Mini Mart, Glenda's Lakewood Flowers, Randy's Carpet Care, Metal Flow, Rochelle Sales, Vanderbeam Dutch Store, and if you listen every morning, you'll hear
the WHTC Morning News from the Mapleview Animal Hospital Studios.
And we just love these guys that help bring you this.
Before we have our next band stepping in front, just to remind you, we are bringing you West Michigan Whitecaps baseball tonight. The Whitecaps host the Burlington Bees. Dan Hasty, Mike Coleman with the call beginning at 55 on 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.
Now we got next Bethany DeVos and the Holland High Dutchman Band, and they have their wooden shoes. Their color guard is up front. Hopefully we'll catch some of their music. And again, just love this band and the work that the kids put in. Just getting acclimated to wearing wooden shoes and having them stay on your feet, and then Saturday walking 2.5 miles. You know, they don't wear these things every day.
And one of the other things that's distinctive, as we mentioned before about the Holland High Band, they always have the little red wooden shoe, mobile shoe with a couple of kids riding in it.
Gotta love it. When I grow up, I want to do that.
The Highland High Marching Band heading to our location. Nick, let's hear their, hopefully, here they go.
Oh, nice. They're kicking it up. People clapping. And here we go.
Of Bethany Van Oss. Now we have Holland Public Schools West K7 schools represent Dutch literature. Some of the 1st through 5th graders are carrying books illustrating well-known children's stories, and some students are carrying waves and wooden shoe boats. Looking for the famous ghost ship, Nick, the Flying Dutchman.
Exactly.
You can find the Flying Dutchman about 3 blocks away on the campus of Oak College.
Exactly. They have white picket fences that kind of keep the kids in line, and now they're all bumping into each other. Of course, this is something that, you practice a little bit. Mr. Reisinger, one of the teachers in that group down there. Kids just enjoying watching all the people spectating and watching them.
And one of the things that, especially with the younger groups, They have little bars that they all...
Well, that's how they try to keep the kids in order.
Yep.
You know, because they're all... This is all new. They're young. They don't have it all wired yet.
The cow who fell into the canal. Oh, boy.
Hello, boss. Good to see you, buddy.
Next up, Holland Public Schools Jefferson K-7 school. Its Kinderparade theme, a salute to the Tulip from bulb.
Thank you, Holland,
bloom.
for your support. And again, very appreciative of the support here in Holland, the Holland Public Schools.
And
Maypole,
the
here comes our first
Maypoles are
Maypole.
here.
Yep.
The Maypoles are here. Again, from tulips, from bulb to bloom, from Jefferson K-7 school in Holland Public Schools. Tulip delivery service. Okay, that's something new, Mr. Weaver. Okay.
Yeah, we said things change and evolve.
Now we move a little east to Zeeland Christian School, and their band is directed by Kevin Sconewell. A long history of local parade appearances in our area. Love God, love kids, love learning. Zeeland Christian Middle School Marching Band.
Color guard up front, and we're going to pick up some of the music.
Next up, Spring Lake Public Schools POPS program. Students and teachers walking to support and show pride in their peer-to-peer or POPS programs. These programs link students with special needs to their typically developing peers and while promoting friendship, understanding, empathy, and inclusion. It's the power of peers, the support from
I love what the
Spring Lake
teacher's
Public
doing
Schools.
down there is he's giving different kids an opportunity to carry that banner. And the new group just taking over.
Next up, Hope Network Center for Autism provides evidence-based therapy to children diagnosed with autism. The Center for Autism has provided over 140,000 hours of applied behavioral analysis therapy to over 175 youngsters in West Michigan. Hope is in bloom for children with autism at the Hope Network Center for Autism.
Next, we have Chan's Martial Arts, and they'll probably put on, they're walking right now, but yesterday they put on a little demonstration.
Chan's Martial Arts, a positive place to develop life skills, changing and empowering today's students for a better tomorrow. Celebrating 15 years of service, Chan's Martial Arts. And they do it, as Carl Douglas would say, with expert timing.
Didn't look as good. Channel 13, next.
Our WZZM. Our friends from Walker making their appearance. Supporting the Tulip Time Festival, the ABC affiliate in West Michigan, WZZM.
Next up in the Yin Fang Johnson Control Kinderparade, we will have the West Ottawa Elementary School. Starting off will be the Wakazoo Elementary School, celebrating Sinterklaas. And so, you know, if you were here a couple of weeks ago with the snow,
it would have been
right on the money, you know?
Sinterklaas.
Yep, just
Wakazoo
reminding us of what it was a couple of weeks ago.
Celebrating the time when Sinterklaas came to the Netherlands on a steamboat from Spain. Okay. Bringing with him presents for all the children and adults. No, we're not going to hit him up for any presents today. It's Wakazoo School in the West Ottawa District.
The old West Ottawa group. Can't get that out of your blood. At least I can't.
No.
Oh, they got the gingerbread man.
Yep. Now that we are away from winter, we can relax and enjoy. Christmas in May? Okay. Next up is the West Ottawa Lakewood Elementary School.
And there's Tim DeForest. One of the elementary PE teachers down here does a fabulous job. His son played on the basketball team this past year.
Lakewood Elementary's exhibit is Tulips Are Blooming.
Some of you remember the Lakewood Tulip Farms out there, where
you got to dig, you got to plant, you got to water, a little sun, and voila, tulips from Lakewood Elementary School in the West Ottawa District.
Oh, they all want to get their picture on WHTC down there. We're filming live. Kevin down there, appreciate that. Well, guys.
Oh, I forgot to add, there's wind in there, too.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Gotta have a little wind, too.
Yep. If you've ever been on the Zyder Z, which I have, it's very windy. That's where they have the wind turbines down there.
You hear in the background the 8th grade band of West Ottawa Public Schools from both West Ottawa Harbor Lights and Ottawa Bay Middle School, under the direction of Heidi Kondrowski and Jenna Schroeder, playing Paul Murtha's arrangement of Hand Clap.
We'll try to pick up some of the music of the West Ottawa 8th grade band.
Celebrating the King's birthday, it's Pine Creek School in the West Ottawa District. Very colorful group with flags and a variety of things to display.
All in Dutch uniforms, and again, thank you, parents, for making that possible. They don't just grow these things in the classroom. Somebody's got to make them. 6,000 to 7,000 kids in the Kinderparade, all dressed in Dutch costumes. Here comes a 1970 Chrysler convertible. I saw it this morning, Gary, and I want to make sure I got the right year on it.
Proudly celebrating amazing teachers, Coldwell Banker, Woodland Schmidt, and the Highland Sentinel.
I don't know if these teachers are representing all teachers or if they've been singled out or something, but thank you.
Next up is Lakeshore L School in the West Ottawa District.
Out on 168th and Quincy.
Can you pronounce that?
No, I can't. No.
Let's call it 11 Towns Race, which is years ago when the canals in the Netherlands would freeze over. An ice skating race was held with participants racing through 11 towns for a distance of 125 miles. I'm already out of breath. Lakeshore School students recreate this race with students using roller blades. Some are, I believe.
And again, integrating a little bit of history into the classroom. Very nice.
Some hot chocolate, some pea soup.
Snack time, yep.
So it's West Ottawa Lakeshore, Elfstead in Nook. That's about the best I can do on pronouncing it.
There's pea soup, and of course, if you have ham for Thanksgiving, it ends up, or it's not Thanksgiving, for Easter, you end up with pea soup later because you have too much ham.
Yep.
North Holland, of course, there's North Holland and Sheldon Woods, the two schools that are on the northern part of the West Ottawa District.
And they celebrate May Day on the 1st of May, greeting their rival
And there
spring.
comes a couple of maypoles right along with it, so it's kind of fitting. Thank you.
Welcoming the renewal of nature. In 15th century Europe, May Day festivities marked the occasion with dances around the maypole.
Kevin Westwright. Hi, Kevin.
Sheldon
Former
Woods
player at Hope College.
As you mentioned, Nick, Sheldon Woods working alongside North Holland from the West Ottawa School District.
Next, we have the West Ottawa 7th grade band.
Heidi and Jenna again handling that. And this band, as soon as they get to our location, hopefully they'll do their rendition of Neil Diamond's.
I like the colorful shirts they have up front and the color guard. And maybe we'll pick up a little bit of their music. If they do, we're going to give it to you. Here we go.
is West Ottawa's Great Lakes Festival Mundial. Together we are one, the part of Festival Mundial, which takes place in Tilburg in the Netherlands, focusing on celebrating cultures from all corners of the globe, representing the many countries of the world. Over 150 Great Lakes students and adults joining in the parade today. Next up, it's Woodside Cooking Off, or Garden of Europe, famous flower exhibition and festival. It takes place every spring. The world's best gardeners show off their green thubs with over 7 million bulbs across more than 60 acres. Cooking Off welcomes more than 1 million visitors each year. That's West Ottawa, Woodside.
Yep, the Woodside Woodchucks. My kids went to elementary school there. Had a ball.
The West Ottawa Education Association has its bookmobile. The bookmobile is coming up, sponsored by the West Ottawa Education Association, the West Ottawa Public School District. Bookmobile celebrating its 43rd anniversary, created to provide reading materials to students and community members of all ages on the north side.
And Sherry started that program years ago, and it's been so successful. And here she is, walking up here with the group. Of course, this is a program where kids in the summer can come out. The bus pulls up. They can go get books out of it, keep the kids reading, fundamental. And this bus is loaded with all books for different age kids, and they just drive up into the neighborhood, and kids can go grab a book. That's cool.
Got a couple of vehicles from our friends over at Crown Motors, serving the Holland community for more than 30 years. Crown Motors. Crown Honda with a couple of...
Yep, Hondas, yep. And again, we thank all of our dealerships that are helping provide some of the vehicles for Tulip Time use and for the parades down here, not only today, but in the Volks Parade yesterday and the Parade of Bands this coming Saturday. Again, a lot of people pulling together to make this all happen, Gary, and we just sure appreciate it.
Next up is South Olive Christian School, located on Holland's north side. Farming community, providing farm-to-table delicatessens. Dutch agriculture is the subject this year for South Olive Christian School.
I see eggs in a basket. I see apples. I see carrots, cucumbers. There's a couple cows down there.
We
Some
welcome
sheep.
our friends from Eagle Crest Charter Academy. Their display this year is Great Lighthouses of the Netherlands. The Eagle Crest Charter Academy bringing over 150 enthusiastic students, displaying great lighthouses of the Netherlands, celebrating the rich nautical influences and history of that country and the Holland area of West Michigan. That's Eagle Crest Charter Academy.
Get on the north side of Holland, northeast over there between West Ottawa and Zeeland School District.
And following the display of the Great Lighthouses, the Eagle Crest Charter Academy Band under the direction of Chris Taylor. Display from our friends at the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department, Eric Westphere, and the Marine Unit with one of their marine boats being on display.
And they will be out in the lakes here shortly with the weather turning, and you'll see them out in Great Lake, Michigan, and Lake Mac.
Before our broadcast, or in our pregame, we had Mary Sundstrom from the Holland Area Arts Council talking about the delivery carts. And the Arts Council is walking in front of us. The mobile art carts, delivering creativity to your doorstep. All you need, filled with all you need for hands-on creative experience. The art cart is art to go.
Next, welcome to the Rotarians, the Rotary Club National here. Their display coming up, service above, can't read the last on it. They got an added addition onto their float. They've got the bubbles working down here with a breeze. That's a nice added feature.
Nice added feature with a tip of the cap to West Ham United and the bubbles at London Stadium. For those of you who are Premier League football fans, you know what I'm talking about. They blow the bubbles there. Rotary Club of Holland, Service Above Self.
There it is.
With students from Brazil, Thailand, Japan, and Switzerland on the float.
Exchange students, part of their responsibility. We sure thank them for the opportunities they create for students internationally here in the Holland area.
See a couple of classic cars rolling by.
I would say those have been around a while.
From the Holland Rotary Club, and they're going to give away that back one. I think that's the one. Window car from Rotary, that's the one you can win, the little red car.
No way.
Yeah, it's way. Let's go now to the Zeeland High School Marching Band. Mr. Keith Walker directing it. Nearly 200 students, and as we said yesterday, they might wear green or they might wear brown when they're in the classroom, but they wear one uniform together on the band. The Zeeland High Marching Band under Keith Walker.
And we'll get away from our boy Keith.
Saying, I'm sorry, we wanted to hear the band there.
Keith Walker just announced that he is retiring at the end of this year. This is his last parade. Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
I was going to say, wait a minute. He's got one more parade to go.
Yeah. Well, Keith has had it's kind of scary when students you had in school are retiring. That tells you something about your age. Keith has done a fantastic job at Zeeland.
Next up, our friends from 5-Star Lakeshore Real Estate over on River Avenue. And they got the float going on. Behind the black Silverado, 5-Star Real Estate, 5-Star Lakeshore Real Estate. Love Sews Ministry is next. Love Sews' mission is to make and provide custom quilts to those facing challenging life circumstances, open creating strength, hope, and a little bit of joy for the recipients. A Christian nonprofit organization working with individuals who are facing difficult times. By the end of 2017, the Love Sews Ministry would have completed more than 700 quilts in about a 5-year span, donated to individuals and to families. Love Sews Ministry.
And they've got one of their quilts in the back down here, very beautiful. And I think
Overijssel
Jason
Lumber.
Slink that's driving. I saw him earlier today from Overijssel Lumber.
Providing quality building materials to West Michigan since 1925. Overijssel Lumber, one of their classic pickup trucks.
Jason and Lindsay.
Next up is the Gracie Brave Foundation. Mission for Gracie Brave is to help families, church leaders, teachers, and health professionals how to teach children core values. They'll give them confidence and strengthen self-esteem.
Corpus Christi next. Corpus Christi Crusaders Catholic School located on the north side of Holland, and they've got their contingent down here. We sure enjoy having them. Kids get a little break down here.
Corpus Christi Catholic School paying tribute to Amsterdam, the city of diamonds. And 5th grade students are wearing the colors red, white, and black to symbolize their flag.
The diamonds of Amsterdam are measured in, and they have 2 pictures of carrots. Very cool.
Corpus Christi Catholic School. As I said at the beginning, Nick, over 90 either bands or groups or floats or organizations involved in today's Jan Fang Johnson Controls Kinderparade.
Running very well.
Next up is Wellspring Lutheran Services. Hope flows through us, a foster care agency serving West Michigan, believing that every child deserves a loving family to care for them unconditionally and committed to finding families passionate about meeting this need. WeNeedFosterParents.com for Wellspring Lutheran Services. And they are following the Corpus Christi float.
Their theme is making a difference, become a Wellspring foster parent today. And that's just a wonderful organization helping out kids in need, and we thank them for that.
Next up is the Holland Jurassic Jeep Adventures. Hand-built garage replica Jurassic Park Jeeps made by Mr. Henry Herber for the Jurassic Park Motor Pool, Michigan Division.
And here comes a guy that looks a little bit like Brent Allen.
Yes.
It's
the Mosquito Squad of West Michigan and Grand Rapids. Dread Skeeter on his way over here.
He's huge.
The ultimate mosquito and tick eliminator.
That's the kind of stuff that starts happening right about now.
Yes. Too bad I don't have my music drops. We play the tick for the Dread Skeeter. Mosquito Squad, the largest mosquito and tick elimination firm in the nation with a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
That's pretty cool.
Next up, Zeeland Public Schools Cityside Middle School Band under the direction of Aaron Good and Jill Musin. And they support the Zeeland East Chicks Cityside Middle School Band.
They'll be dressed in yellow and black.
Schools of Holland, a couple of campuses housing students from K through 4 and 12th grade. Plasman campus, part of Ambleside Schools International. And fishing is their topic. An observant child should be put in the way of things worth observing. Charlotte Mason. That quote is on one of the banners for Calvary Schools of Holland. And they're fishing. With the fishing symbol. The Christian fishing symbol, and many of them are carrying that. With another banner saying, Christ said, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
And here comes a bicycle group. Careful, yeah.
Part of the group, Calvary Schools of Holland. And the float coming in from the Calvary Schools of Holland. Pontoon boat. Dry docked on a trailer. Pretty soon those pontoons, put them in the water, ready to go. Next up is BVW Property Management, a Holland-based company offering full-service management of long-term rentals, condominiums, and homeowners associations, vacation rentals, and renovation projects throughout West Michigan. Nice float. Welcome home.
Hey, Ben.
With
Hi, Chris.
BVW Property Management.
Vanderwood. Yep, he even got his mom up in the front, a couple of his grandkids.
A few moments ago, we had the Cityside Middle School. They, of course, associate with the Zeeland East. Creekside Middle School, they're green and gold. Zeeland West in the direction of Nicole Byer.
Yep, those Ducks. And again, congratulations to Mark Worley as he steps out of the athletic role this year at the high school, Zeeland West. These students will be tracking there in the next year or two.
Next up, the Juneteenth Royal Court Queen and runner-up princesses. And the Elhart Cares Be Nice. We had Christy Buck from the Mental Health Association of West Michigan on Wellspring today. And Be Nice, of course, is one of her core things. Next up, Shipwreck VBS. First United Methodist Church Vacation Bible School. Jim and his crew floating by having a lot of fun. Hope they don't get shipwrecked.
Hello, Barb.
The Vacation Bible School, July 26th through 28th at First United Methodist Church.
And Barb and Appledorn right up front and center again. She doesn't stop. She just keeps going.
Next up, Vanderbilt Academy, Voyage to the New World, depicting the Dutch settlers' trip to America. Kindergarten, first grade students carrying blue ropes to represent the voyage across the ocean. Second and third graders carrying items they took with them. And the fourth graders carrying signs telling about their voyage. Vanderbilt Charter Academy.
They love getting in front of the camera downstairs here.
And why not?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have the...
Kevin Oswald does a fabulous job recording all this.
We'll have the video on our website.
Yep, pick it up later.
Following Vanderbilt Charter Academy's students,
the sun coming out again.
Voyage to the New World as the sun breaks through. It's the Vanderbilt Voyager Band under the direction of Don Ivarnen. Intense training twice a week for 90 minutes after school. Daily training during the school day. 75 members, 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. A few 5th grade drummers as well. The Vanderbilt Voyager Band. Next up, it's the Ottawa Area Center's Tulips and Wooden Shoes. The Ottawa Area Center School serves students with physical and mental impairments and provides them with adaptive instruction to enhance their quality of life. Tulips and Wooden Shoes from the Ottawa Area Center.
Love to see these kids getting out. I would say we have close to 100 students. And for those caregivers with them, thank you for what you do. Those kids are loving it.
All many of them can give us love.
Getting a nice hand from the folks along the side, too, for being here today and participating. Sun shining on them, beautiful.
Next up is Borculo Christian School, and the band will be coming up shortly. We still have our friends from the Ottawa Area Intermediate School District. Not only those walking, but also a float.
Yeah, float, yep.
A couple of floats, it looks like.
They all get a chance to participate. We appreciate that. The sun comes out, it's absolutely gorgeous. Here comes our second van, pulling kids from the Ottawa Area Center, of course, servicing all the school districts in our local area.
And let's welcome our friends from Borculo Christian School, the band under the direction of Caleb Waters, 60th anniversary of Borculo Christian, celebrating God's faithfulness through the decades.
And hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of their music, Gary.
Optimist Club in front of our friends from Reliable Sport and Billiards.
All we sell is
fun.
You got it. They've relocated over on Chicago Drive.
Near Waverly.
Yep, over by Getty Church.
Yep. And with that, we'll take a break. Ed Verskura standing by. He'll have a look into traffic and forecast. This is the Yan Feng Johnson Controls Kinderparade on Real News Now, 1450 WHTC and the new 99.7 FM.